Hey guys, you're welcome on here. It's a pleasure to have you. Topical time with ACDM. June 12th is a very significant day in the history of Nigeria. Celebration of the Democracy Day. Well, anyway, June 12th started being Democracy Day in 2018. So, in celebration of the Democracy Day and also in memorial of late MKO Abiola. So talk about that story some other time. Now I'm going to get into Democracy Day. 21 years after, people are asking, Nigerians in particular, and also maybe international observers as well, and also some of our foreign or West African countries around, or how far have we gone in Nigerian democracy? What are the advantages of democracy? What has been the merits, the demerits, the advantages, and the significance, and even the importance to the Nigerian citizen? Throw back to when we first had our Democracy Day. It goes back to 1999 when we got freedom from the military rule. Actually, military rule ended in 1998 at the death of General Sani Abacha, the then and the last military head of state in Nigeria. In the interim, Abubakar Abdul Salam took over the seat or the position of the presidential until an election was conducted in 1999, and Olusegun Obasanjo emerged as the first civilian president of Nigeria from 1999. He was sworn in May 29, 1999. I think he had been the president of Nigeria before there in the 70s. But here we have 21 years later, so many questions about how far we've come in this democracy. Let's not forget the meaning of democracy: government of the people, by the people, and of the people. Is it really so in Nigeria? Are the citizens enjoying the dividends of democracy, or the politicians are serving themselves? Are they serving the people in total? Are they making people really happy? How far? These are some of the questions spoken and unspoken by Nigerian citizens, because Nigeria, as we know, is a country, one of the populous countries in Africa, and it is blessed with rich human and natural resources. But yes, all of these things are undermined, and people begin to wonder every now and then, why do we have issues? Nationals, citizens, they wonder. And even Nigeria is not one of the most powerful countries in Africa, not West in Africa in general. So 21 years into that, we've had about 4 presidents at the inception of. We started with Olusegun Obasanjo, then after which he handed over to Musa Yar'Adua in 2007. That was after 2 tenures, 4 years each. That's 8 years, 4 years each of 8 years. He handed over in 2017 to Musa Yar'Adua, who actually had his eventual death sometime in 2010, June precisely, sometime June in 2010. Then his vice president, Goodluck Jonathan, continued the tenure. Then after which he was re-elected as the president of Nigeria and served until 2015. Then the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari took over in 2015. Here we are, after 4 years, he was re-elected into the position, and this is the first year of the second tenure, which is the 5 years in office. So many people, so many questions had been asked even at the last democracy swearing in day. Actually, it used to be May 29th until recently, until 2018, when it was moved to 2000 and when it was moved to June 12th in celebration of the day, and also, like I already mentioned, in memorial of one of the Nigerian icons, MKO Abiola Garden. MKO Abiola, sorry for the garden I included in that. But that notwithstanding, so many people had been asking, so how far have we gone? We've had like 4 presidents now. Yes, Olusegun Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Goodluck Jonathan, and now Muhammadu Buhari. So many people have been asking, are they really serving us? Are the citizens of Nigeria, are they enjoying the dividends of democracy? How far have we gone? Well, we have so many questions that really do not have answers, because people are still wondering why Nigeria, as much as a country blessed with rich human and natural resources, really have to suffer some basic amenities or infrastructures. If we look clearly critically at Nigerians, they're very resilient set of people. I would assure you of the Nigerians who are resilient people, who are hardworking, but some of these amenities which we need are a bit very scarce for us, and sometimes people begin to question the government, what they're doing. Are they serving the people or they are serving themselves? Because Nigeria is a country where amenities like quality education, good roads, healthcare system, the pandemic situation had actually shown the level of the healthcare system, the porous, so many things sometimes really do not work or align very well. So let me take a look at just a brief, like I'm talking, let me just take a brief at Democracy Day. Okay, Democracy Day is June 20, national public holiday in Nigeria. Until 2018, it was held annually on May 29. The day marks the military handed over power to an elected civilian government in 1999, marking the beginning of the longest continuous civilian rule since Nigeria independence and from colonial rule in 1960. It is a tradition that has held annually beginning in the year 2000. June 12 was formerly known as Abiola Day, celebrated in Lagos, Nigeria, and some Western years. It used to be a public holiday most times for the in Lagos, for Lagos State's citizens, EDGs, and also some other western parts of the state in celebration of their icon, like I already mentioned. But right now it's a public holiday. That's the story we'll talk about another day. Nigeria's democracy is a public holiday in commemoration of democracy in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay, marking the newly elected Olusegun Obasanjo 1999. Okay, I think I'll read to that. Okay, just a brief into Nigeria. Nigeria gained her independence in 1960 from Great Britain. Okay, I think that's just what I really need to take over. That's where I need to stop from here. That's what I have to do, the extra that I need to get from there. Okay, now back to Nigeria and her democratic system. So do you really think Nigeria is enjoying the dividends of democracy? Nigeria is a country with over 200 million population, with 36 states and the federal capital territory. It is divided into 6 geopolitical zones. So these are the regions of the area which people, they also have their internal congregation. Well, I think that's a very good system for people to actually know themselves and acquaint themselves with each other by region. But that notwithstanding, it's a federal republic. And now people are asking the dividends of democracy. So if you're in Nigeria and you're watching my video, please, I kindly need your comment in the comment section. You think Nigeria has actually for 21 years enjoyed the dividends of democracy? Do you think they've fared the various governments since 1999 has fared well? They've done us a great deal of work by embracing democracy. Are they leading us really in democracy, or does it still look, because sometimes we hear people talking about, oh, we're not living in a military regime, why do things go this way, why are things going this way, we deserve more than what we are getting, we deserve more than what we get. Why are some regions in Nigeria, why do they think, oh, that they deserve some of the infrastructures? Why do they think, oh, they deserve to be in power? Why do they think they deserve to be in authority? Why are people taking from this region alone? We have 6 geopolitical zones, and it should be whatever resources or the rewards of resources we have, it should be shared accordingly and equally distributed. I know this has been a problem in Nigeria. Resources are unevenly distributed, yes, to a very large extent. So then also let's transcend to the individual state. How are the governors of each state, how are they embracing democracy? How are they improving the state of their affairs? How are they practicing democracy in the state? Are they learning from the federal government? Are they doing it right, or we're still in shambles or quambles in the country? So I would have gone back to just do a few. Of course, so many senators, leaders in authority today would tell you that democracy in Nigeria changed for the better. This is another. So many people will tell you, oh, we've done a lot, we've had progress, but if the progress is still very micro at this stage, it is not transcending to the macro space or even the global space where we are recognized. We know Nigeria is an emerging society, and that where emerging society is because they see potentials in us. So if these potentials are really not moved into the kinetic aspect of it, of what use is it in the global space, because we have also some countries in Africa that are not as big as us, but they're doing greatly and mighty fully well around their regions and also in the global space. So what is hindering Nigeria? Please, I'd like you to give me your comment in the comments. I'd like you to give me your feedback in the comment section, because we need to also expatiate or talk about your observations and what have you. Yes, we've not said they have not tried. They've tried, they're doing their best, they're improving, but we need greater things. We need to move in geometric progression. If we'll be moving in arithmetic progression or behind equal arithmetic, because so many people, if you ask an average Nigerian, it's not be so it's not be so well, because I think most of what we get is the politicians serving themselves. It's for the people going there and forgetting it's for our leaders going there forgetting the interest of the people, and all they have to do is their own interest. Let's not lie about this, or let's not try to talk down this, because we've also seen situations where our leaders, they have international reserves, personal international reserves that are enough to feed a community, a state. We've seen this, we've seen our leaders embezzling our money, we've seen monies returned into the country for so many reasons. So I'd like to get your feedback in the comment section and we'll discuss that. Meanwhile, this is an ongoing discussion and we'll talk about this in the next video. We're talking about democracy. This is Democracy Day and a lot of activities ongoing. We'll talk about this. So thank you so much for your time. I'm the topical girl Esidimida. I'm sure you learned a lot. I'm sure you'll be part of my conversation. It's a pleasure having you. Thank you so much, and do have a very, very pleasant day. Bye bye.